Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to Swish Life Garage. Today guys, I'm going to be showing you another project I had purchased about 5 months ago. I had purchased this project before the EK hatch. If you guys saw my last video, I showed you guys that one. Before we go into the project, if you guys click down below in the description, you'll see a link to my eBay. I put any car parts and items I don't use on there. You guys can look through. And as well, if you click on my Etsy page, I do have some merchandise, some shirts, some decals, and I am as well going to be posting some other items onto there. So if you guys want to support the channel anyway, definitely click down below in the description box. On one of my other previous videos, you guys did see the CD7 Accord that I have as a project, and I went through some of the things I don't like about it, some of the issues that the shell has that I would have to fix in order to get that car on the road. So like I said, I was just having thoughts about that car, whether I should buy another car, use that one as a parts car, or maybe I should get that one on the road. So while I was having those thoughts, I was just running through Facebook Marketplace and I ran into this car right here. Here's the car I had purchased. It is a 96 Honda Accord, another CD7 Accord. Found this one for fairly cheap. This is a full complete car. For the most part, everything is factory. It is sitting on some coilovers and has a few other little items in it, but for the most part it is pretty stock. So to start off on this car, there is a little bit of hail damage. It's saying it is sitting on some coilovers. I haven't checked to see what type of coilovers it has. Some dents on the hood, if you guys are able to see it. Not sure how good the camera gets it, but this bumper is damaged right there, so it's causing the bumper to sag. Got some OEM headlights on there, SIR aftermarket grille. Then on the fender there, it does have some dents, if you guys can't see, and the corner light is missing the outside lens. And the other side of the bumper is holding up, but it is missing its little corner onto there, so it definitely needs a front bumper. Now the wheels that the car is sitting on are stocks. Some of the tires are leaking some air, so that's why this one is low. A little bit of scrapes and scuffs on them, but nothing too crazy. And here in the front right, still the same thing, a little scratch on there. Looks like all the wheels kind of got hit in the same spot. Now moving on to the driver door, there is some dents, dings, I'm guessing from getting locked out of the car, where they try to stick something in there and open it on up. And then the driver door, looks like it might have some body work on there previous. It looks like it does have some dents and stuff. Moving on to the quarter, it does have some dents on there, possibly had some previous work done. You guys are able to see, but there is a little bit of a rust bubble here in this quarter panel. The roof, it looks pretty good. It is faded, of course. Can tell that it had a sunroof visor on there before with the line that's on there, but it does have the sunroof. This is an EX model, so as I said before, I gotta have that sunroof. Now onto the passenger side, if we take a look at the fender, it does have some dents on there. Here on the mirror, the side view mirror, it's just broken, it's not holding, so that will have to be replaced. Now if we look on the passenger door, it does have some tape on there, and that's because the previous owner, he said the window had just fell out of nowhere. It falls to about this point, and what I did, I got a cardboard roll, stuck it up in there, took off the door panel, stuck it up in there to hold the window. It just had like a little bit that wasn't closing, so I just put some tape on there. We've been having some rain, and that's the reason why you see that tape on the window, so that will have to be fixed along with the side view mirror on this side. Moving on to the quarter panel, it doesn't look like it had any previous work done onto it, but there definitely is some dents. Not sure if it's pulling up on the camera. There is some damage on the rear bumper. Not sure how this happened. Maybe they were messing with the bumper while the muffler was hot, something of that nature, but they messed up right there, so we'll need a new rear bumper or another rear bumper in order to get it looking right. But of course it is the EX model, so it did come with the rear spoiler on the trunk, and the trunk looks pretty good. The previous owner was taking off some of the window tint. He got it off on the other windows, but here on the rear, you don't want to get a razor blade on there because you will ruin the defrost lines. So there's still a little bit of old tint on there. You can easily get this taken off and we could retint the whole car. But the previous owner was just trying to polish up the paint, get it back to stock look as best as he could. But he did have some issues with the car in the process, so that's what made him to decide to just go ahead and sell it. So that's where I came in and purchased it. Now the interior of this car looks pretty good. The previous owner said he spent a lot of time in here just cleaning things on up. If you guys know, tan interior gets very dirty. A lot of people never clean it, and by the time now 2025, most interiors are looking very crappy. So this one, in my opinion, looks very good. One of the better interiors I've seen on an Accord of this age. It does need some love here and there, but for the most part, everything is pretty fixable. Take a look at the door panel, just a rip there on the leather, but of course that can be reupholstered. And then of course the carpet, don't really expect the carpet to hold this long, but for being its age, it really does not look too bad, man. The worst part on the interior are the seats. If you guys had seen, they're all ripped up and just really eaten up by the sun. But the rear seats aren't too bad, but up on the tops there, it does have some fading and cracking going on up there. So it's not really too hard to get seats reupholstered, and I showed you that I have the rear seats from a 97 CL. So more than likely they'll just swap right on in. The mileage of this car is 178,995 miles. So basically 179,000. This car is an automatic car, but if you guys of course saw my previous video, I have everything to make it standard, including transmission. The other thing it came with is an aftermarket radio. They did have some subs hooked into there. They did not include the subs, but everything is wired in if I want to go ahead and throw some subs in the trunk. Aftermarket radio is damaged, but does work. It has like cracks all over the screen, but it still functions. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section, what you think so far of the car. Passenger side, not too much going on here. Of course, ripped up on the leather on the center section of the door panel, and it is dried up, torn up on the passenger seat, but still looking better than that driver's seat. But still got to get these changed on out. Let's open up the trunk and pop that hood on up. In the trunk, not too much going on here. We do have an Alpine 5 or 6 CD changer and some new clear turn signals for the bumper that the owner included into there. And it does have the spare tire. From what I could tell, there's not really too much rust. I haven't really taken everything on out, but just from a quick inspection, everything looks pretty good in here. Let's go ahead and open the hood on up. Here in the engine bay, we have a F22B1 VTEC motor. This is the original motor that came in here. Again, about 179,000 miles on it. And it does have a short ram air intake. Looks to be about an AutoZone brand air intake. If we look right here on the coupling, Spectre or Spectre, whatever, that is from AutoZone, possibly might be from Amazon. But for the most part, everything else in here is stock. We have the ABS, we have the cruise control in here, and it looks like it has some sort of aftermarket alarm on there. The owner didn't tell me anything about that, but as far as I know, it does not work. The reason why the owner was selling the vehicle is because he said the transmission started slipping. He doesn't really trust it, you know, driving for daily use, but he said the transmission is starting to slip and he really doesn't want to deal with it. When I drove it, it was fine. I really didn't drive it too much. I just drove it about a block or two and just make sure everything was working, but I'm definitely going to take his word on that. I'm not going to daily drive it and get stuck with a blown transmission. Now the motor, when I first started up on a cold start, I hear like a little knocking sort of sound. I believe it's coming from the valve train, but I haven't even verified that. I just basically bought the car and parked it and just left it alone. I am going to put some jumper cables on here. We can get the car started. You might be able to hear that noise that I talked about from the valve train. I'll put the camera over here, and then as well I'll go ahead and give you guys a few revs from the car. you guys were able to hear kind of like that noise coming from the valve chain, but it's having that issue. And then as you had heard, it has the up and down RPMs. That's more than likely going to be coming from the IACV. That's going to be that valve back there. A lot of times they just have to be cleaned out. So everything is intact. It's a full running car. It does not have AC, but I have been told that the heater does work. But it has all the hoses and all the plumbing for the AC system. Alright guys, so there you have it, the 96 Honda Accord that I had purchased about 5 months ago. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments compared to the 97 Accord. Now, of course, I still have both cars. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with the 97 Accord. But as far as this one, this is a complete running car. And of course, it needs some maintenance and it needs some repairs done to it. But I feel better on this one because everything is there that I need. Of course, if I want to upgrade stuff, I could just purchase those items and then modify this one and show you guys from complete start to finish instead of just starting on something completely bare. So I think this one is going to be the car that I take onto the street. Either way, I'm going to have a lot of parts to complete a CD7 project, whether I make one car, two cars, or whichever way direction I choose to go with. Now make sure you guys like this video and are subscribed to my channel in order to keep updated with the CD7. As far as this video guys, this is going to be it. Again, click down below in the description box if you want to check out my eBay and my Etsy. Click on my channel, check out my other videos, because I'm going to have to catch you on the next one, player.